For Ambedkar, it was now time to openly challenge the dark clouds of Hindu orthodoxy. He founded the Bahishkrit Hitakarni Sabha the same year to mobilize Dalits against their exploitation. 4 years later, he did the unthinkable. At the time, this water tank at Mahad in Maharashtra could be used by everyone. Hindus, Muslims, even cattle, except the Bahishkrits, the outcasts.
Chalo tank!
But now the time for waiting was over. Bhim Rao led by acting himself. Self-respect, self-help, he thundered, leading scores of outcasts to the water tank. As he touched the water and drank it, the crowds followed. The impact of Dr. Ambedkar's act was revolutionary. 85 years later, his grandson Prakash repeats the same act at the same tank without a second thought. It is something that explains Ambedkar's legacy. It wasn't just about water, it was about humanity and equality.
Untouchables had accepted caste system mentally, and therefore since they had accepted his mental, he said that mental slavery is first which should be attacked and then the physical slavery. To get out of this mental slavery, he said water which was being denied to a common man, if I can pick it up and drink it, then the other man, then the rest of the people will have a confidence in the whole thing. And therefore, he exercised the right in this right over here, and lakhs of people followed him.
A day later, when priests carried out a purification ceremony at the water tank, Ambedkar was deeply hurt. 8 months later, he returned to Mahad, this time to ceremoniously burn the Manusmriti, a book he described as the Bible of slavery.
Dr. Balasaheb Ambedkar answer!
Ambedkar's anti-caste movement rapidly gained momentum. Nasik's Kalaram temple was the next target. Ambedkar and his supporters laid siege at the temple gates in 1930, demanding untouchables be allowed to enter. But Baba Saheb's temple entry movement was met with a lot of resistance that only fueled his disillusionment with Hinduism.
Though I was born a Hindu, I solemnly assure you that I will not die as a Hindu.
20 years later, he would fulfill his. Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar was now a voice India couldn't ignore. From within the freedom struggle, he was attempting to carve out a political relevance for the Dalits. For him, it was the only way to emancipate India's 16 million outcasts. Ambedkar's decision to accept an invitation to the Round Table Conference in London greatly angered the Congress. The party called him a British stooge. And so, the stage was set for a confrontation between two champions of the downtrodden, Gandhi and Ambedkar.
While their goal was similar, their methods were somewhat different. Ambedkar